Okay, everybody, if you're watching this video, you want to learn exactly how to source B2B decision makers, but not just any B2B decision maker. In this video, I'll be showing you exactly how to use a very proven system that I've been using these past couple of years to source better decision makers. No, this does not require a bunch of AI tools like Clay. I'm going to be showing you guys kind of like bare bones setup of how I still construct some of my initial cold email campaigns. I'll be going into depth about the psychology of it, and this will help you guys construct any sort of cold email campaign that will be useful for you. So the decision makers we're going to be sourcing today require you to have a LinkedIn Sales Navigator subscription. It's about $120 a month. You can cancel anytime, and a Find Email subscription. If you guys have Find Email, it's one of the softwares that we use to scrape the data from LinkedIn Sales Navigator using a widget on Google Chrome all the way into Find Email and then into, oops, that was the commission dashboard. Find Email into the lead, so into the Instantly account. Okay, so that being said, let me show you guys kind of how we go about doing this. Firstly, what we want to do is we'll use an example here of healthcare and life sciences. This niche we'll be going after, and this is a CRM solution. So many of you guys are familiar with something called Go High Level. You may have seen this before, and we're gonna act like we're marketing for Go High Level, okay? We're going to act like this is, one of the CRMs that we're using or marketing for. Now, let's pretend Go High Level gives us these requirements. Something with patient customer engagement, so case tracking, referral management, and the healthcare and life science space, strict compliance, strong fit for customer service, medical device companies, diagnostics and lab services. These are ideal sub-industries, patient-provider relationship management, omnichannel support, HIPAA-aligned workflows. So even though Go High Level isn't like the CRM that would be the best fit for a healthcare company, we're just going to use this as an example. Go High Level obviously is for B2B businesses or pretty much B2C businesses as well. Any business that needs a CRM, Go High Level is great for agencies. So in this case, I'm not going to reveal the customer, but this customer actually has a dynamic CRM platform that's used with Microsoft and a bunch of other stuff. It's perfect for healthcare niches. Now, what we want to look at is we want to look at a couple things, okay? We want to look at customer and patient engagement, and we want to look at omni-channel support. So we want to use ChatGPT, and you can have the free plan or anything. And what you want to do is you want to copy and paste this information that you get from your prospect. You can use different softwares to scrape their website, and you want to give it this prompt. You want to say, I want you to source perfect decision makers with LinkedIn Sales Navigator, we'll call it LSN, to be able to sell our CRM solution. Come up with the best leads and way to source them plus angles, okay? And here's kind of my criteria when I'm looking at these specific businesses, okay? We want to make sure that we are going after them when they have TAM, so a large TAM, typically over 100,000 people. Again, TAM is total addressable market for you guys that don't know. This is everybody in the niche/industry. So everybody who you're going after, you want to make sure that it's at least 100,000 people. That way we just don't burn through emails. That's not really much of a risk, but that way we don't have too small of a space to where we can't really help anybody, and it's just like we'll burn through the list too fast. So TAM is going to be extremely important here. I want to use AI to give this prompt, and we want to say perfect decision for sub makers, medical device companies. So it'll take what the actual sort of like guide gives us for target verticals, and it tells us which ones will be the best. So primary buyers, VP directors, and just other sales ops, customer support people. So medical device companies. That's where it has to go after A. So that being said, when we filter out this list, we can start going. We can have each segment for each cold email campaign. So we can run 4 different cold email campaigns for these 4 different segments: medical device companies, diagnostics and lab services, home and health, and healthcare and SaaS vendors. Look, I know a lot of this stuff is very kind of confusing at times. You might not be exactly following what I'm saying, but you can subscribe to the pipeline pulse. It's absolutely for free. It's any link in the description or comment section down below. I show B2B business owners like founders, marketers, operators, the exact systems I use to book B2B meetings for me and my customers. You guys can directly get a pulse or just install my cold outreach system and book a call with me. That's the second link down below. Again, that stuff's for free, and it's just kind of to give you some extra resources. And if you're anything whitey like me, you want as much sauce in this game as possible. So I go there and do that. When a customer gives you their target verticals, or whenever you have some sort of an onboarding form where you collect this from a customer, you want to make sure that you include some sort of answer that give you multiple segments of their market that you can go after. This alone will keep us busy for a couple weeks. You want to be able to have verticals in different spaces within the industry, okay? So that's, again, this all contributes to the TAM. You want to make sure you have different sub-niches you can go after within, we'll call it industry. Okay, we'll call it the industry. You want to make sure you can have different sub niches to go after within the industry. Okay, this helps out because you never know exactly what a customer is dealing with, and you never know exactly what prospects will respond best. Who knows? We might go through medical device companies, home and health, and non-acute care providers, but when we go after like healthcare and SaaS vendors, they might respond well via email. Again, that doesn't matter as of right now because we don't know and we can hypothesize all day, but we need this information to test. So here in LinkedIn Sales Navigator, we're gonna go ahead and get started. All you wanna do here is have you wanna just build a list of anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 customers. And like, this is kind of like your Dream 100. I don't know if any of you guys have read Russell Brunson's books. This is not an AI background, by the way. This is like my actual bookshelf. But Russell Brunson talks about the Dream 100. And when he talks about the Dream 100, he talks about having 100 people who would be your ideal perfect fit customers, and you outreach to them manually. Now, obviously, we're doing this at scale, but we're like trying to replicate Dream 100 with each of these cold email campaigns, and we're just doing it at scale. We're able to reach more people. So ChatGPT gives us exactly what we need. VP Customer Success, XYZ, XYZ. We're going to go ahead and we're going to look at these people. For company A, VP Director Customer Experience. And these are all C-suite executives. So in LinkedIn Sales Navigator, the seniority level is Director, CXO, Vice President. I'm going to give it those. And the function, we don't need the function. We need current job title. Current job titles are going to be VP Director, Vice President. VP Director, Customer Experience. We'll do Customer Service because that's one of them. Customer Experience. VP Customer. This will be good. Customer Support. Vice President. And so like we're just going after these decision makers. I'm not going to go over in this email exactly how to construct cold email copy for these business owners, but I go over a lot of that in the pipeline pulse. It's typically just like short, punchy, hey, I made this for you, quick question, first name, stuff like that. We want to be like discreet, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we're like very clear with what we want. So we want to keep these emails fairly short. As of right now, I'll just show you guys how exactly we're going to be sourcing them. Obviously, in the industry, chat is going to tell you, let me see, what's going to be the best industry for this. So health and life services, but within that, we're going against medical device companies. So healthcare is the overarching niche. See, health and human services, that's the overall niche. And then within here, medical device. Most LinkedIn VPs won't have like medical advice in their search term. As you can tell, there's only 5. But they might have the keyword of device, so we can try looking that up. Yeah, not too much for there. In that case, what we're going to do is it's better to go broad in the first couple of campaigns than not, just to get a good idea of the response rates. So we'll go after companies 11 to 50, 51 to 200, and 201 to 500. This would be a good range. Okay, so after that, we want to make sure our TAM is like, now it's 1,000 to 2,000 leads. And we want to make sure that what else needs to be fixed. This is a good, nice, this is a broad search. Okay. Everybody understands this is a pretty broad search. And the reason why this is a broad search is because this is the initial campaign we're launching. And we just want to make sure that we're getting this space as a whole. Within this, you can target keywords. So the health and life sciences space is what we're dealing with all of these. So medical devices, diagnostics, home health, healthcare SaaS vendors, right? So it's all of these. Now, again, we can narrow it down even more with the keywords. For the sake of this video, I'm just showing you guys how to go broad. So we can use lab, or we can even include all these different keywords. Like you can go larger with the keywords. If you want to have a smaller campaign and go after a smaller amount of companies, you can do that too. But I think this will be good because we're not so much targeting the medical devices, although that's important in some of the copy. For this initial campaign, we're just going to be targeting the vice presidents. Now, the third tip I have for you guys, and this is kind of important, is you can either write your copy to a decision maker, and that's what makes the copy different, or niche. For this, we'll make a decision maker. Notice how I'm only scraping vice presidents of customer support and customer service and vice presidents in general. Well, in our cold email copy, we can reference their pain points, again, utilizing AI, and we can give ChatGPT a prompt, which I'm not going to do in this video because we're not making the copy. But like, it'll tell you exactly what these VPs are looking for. And that's what we're going to include in the cold email. So instead of going after the copy where we're like narrowing down the diagnostics or home and health or healthcare SaaS vendors, we're not talking in these specific languages because it only hit 1/4 of the time. For out of 4 emails, only 1 will hit based off medical device companies. Out of 4 emails, only 1 will hit for healthcare and SaaS vendors. So instead of going after sub segments, which we can obviously do, we're going after just company positions. And these typically have more of a pain point because they are all working towards a very common goal within their job. Same thing with these different niches too, but it's however you want to cut the apple is kind of how you want to do it. From here, you'll use Find Email. Again, these tools are linked down below. I have my affiliate link down below. If you guys want to like purchase it through me, you guys get a discount, I'm pretty sure, and then I get a cut. But yeah, Find Email is great. LinkedIn Sales Navigator is great. And I would only export 1,300 at a time, and I would do it under fast mode. And then I would do like a new list and then save it to your list. Okay, that way you're efficient. Okay, so that being said, those are like just some of the rubrics live about how I would source these B2B decision makers. You might be asking yourself, how exactly am I going to write copy for this? How exactly do this at a much larger scale? And for that, I will tell you, I have backend modules that go over everything before onboarding call, foundations of B2B psychology, pipeline niches, how to build out my exact system, closing and scaling the system, and some extra bonuses. Everything I've done in the entire time I've been doing online business is pretty much documented here for cold email. And this is all the information I have in my head put in a backend modules. So if you want access to that, you guys can book a call with me. That's the second link below. But again, no pressure if you don't. Not everybody wants the system like to pretty much be installed for them. Not a lot of people want help with the system. They kind of just want to figure it out on their own, which I really wouldn't recommend, but some people want to do that, which is fine. But yeah, that's there for you guys too. I know it can be kind of difficult and it's not your fault that things are hard right now. Again, you can either learn with time or you can learn with expertise and learn with somebody that can move the needle and collapse the time. So that's that for y'all. Those are what I'd look at. Total addressable market over 100,000 whenever you're reaching out. That way, whenever you narrow down to sub niches or company positions, you still, at the end of the day, through all these filterings, have about 2,000 to 3,000 results. Have different sub niches you can go after within the industry that your customer provides you. That way you're able to have different verticals and create different cold emails. And then obviously make the copy after decision makers or after the niche and space itself. Hope this video helped. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let me know if you have any questions. Peace.